Hey everybody, and welcome to Technology and Toys, and today's video is going to be a little different from the content that I've been producing for the past 11 or 12 weeks now. This is going to be more on the toys side of my name versus the technology side, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Today's video is going to be an unboxing of the Ampulla bike tail light C1. As the name suggests, it's a tail light for your bicycle. We flip it to the side as a wireless remote control, ground laser alert, which is basically lane projection, light sensor. It's 85 lumens, ultra brightness. It is waterproof and weatherproof, which it kind of has to be if it's going to be on your bike right next to your wheel. It charges through micro USB. It has directionals for turning alerting, and a 2200 milliamp hour battery. On the back is just the different lighting modes. On the side is the controls for the remote. But we're going to jump into it. We'll get through all of that later. When we open the box, we're greeted with the light itself. So pull that out. As you can see here, there are a bunch of little LEDs in there and on both sides. If you flip it over, there's two little openings here. Those are for the lane projection. And then right here is a little rubber seal. If you peel that back, you have your micro USB plug to charge it. And around the back, you have the little bracket where you'd mount it to your bike. We're gonna put that off to the side and take out this plastic. And once you have the plastic out, it's kind of a little secret compartment with everything else in it. This is the remote control. Again, it's got a little thing to mount it on your handlebars, but we'll come back to that in a minute. This is the bracket that will actually mount it underneath the seat of your bicycle. You have your micro USB to USB-A charging cable. It is a flat cable. As you can see, it's rather slim. And when you uncoil the whole thing, it is about 3 feet in length. You have some rubber here. There's two pieces stuck together. These are for the inside of the brackets, so that way they don't scratch your paint. They give you a bunch of zip ties, which I'm not entirely sure what those are for, but someone will find a use for them. You get a little bit of literature, and then this is the user manual. We'll take a look at that in a second as well. And then at the end of it all, you have a couple screws. Some of them are thumb screws, and these are of course to mount the light and controller to your bicycle. Putting everything else in the box real quick, we're going to take a look at the user manual. You get a bit of product information, and it details everything about the light. It has a 180-degree adjustable mount. The on and off button is on the side right here. And the ground virtual lane, that is the little laser projected lanes. Red alarming light, that stays on constantly. Right turning light is left turning light. There is a light sensor, which I would assume brightens and dims the light depending on your surroundings and your charging interface. And then here's the part that we actually want to read. This is basic operation, remote control. You long press to turn on and off. That'll be this button right here. This is the button in the middle. There's 4 buttons around it, and then a 5th one down here. Red alarming button, press to switch between on, blink, light sensor modes, which is the top one right here. Ground virtual lane button, press to switch among on, blink, off modes, which is the bottom one right here. Then your left and right turning light buttons, which are left and right respectively. And then braking light button, which is this orange one right here. If you press this, when it's on, it will get a bit brighter to signal that you're braking. And then it goes into a bit of detail about the light itself. If you short press the light while it's off, it will indicate the battery status, so I'm going to do that right now. So as you can see, I have about half charge on the light itself. If you turn it on and you short press it, it will switch the mode of the main light, which will be constant or blinking, and then long press is to turn it on and off. Same with the remote itself. So now that we're done with the unboxing part of this, I'm going to bring these down to my bicycle and I'm going to install them and show you guys how this works. Okay, so I just want to apologize ahead of time. I'm in my garage and that's not really meant to be a film studio, so I apologize for the lighting, the background, the audio. It doesn't really have the best acoustics, but whatever. Better than being outside in the wind right now. So, but as you can see, I have installed the light on the back of my bike, and I have the remote here. And if I press and hold the button in the middle, the light turns on. And as you can see, there are lights in the remote itself. So I can press the top button and it starts flashing. I press it again and it's solid. If I press the left turn signal, so you can see it starts doing a little bit of a strobe effect on the bottom light. It starts moving across on the red light. Does the exact same thing if I press the right button. As you can see, it also flashes on the remote. And then if I press it again, it stops. If I press the orange button, as you can see, it gets a bit brighter to indicate that you're braking. And then if I press the bottom button, I have my camera angled at the ground so you can see this. I press it, and then you can see a little laser starts projecting from the light itself. If I press it again, starts flashing, and it does it on either side of the bike. If you can see right up in here, you can see the other side of the bike flashing too. And then I press it again and it stops. The installation itself is fairly simple. It's just a couple thumb screws if you choose to use thumb screws. Other than that, you need a Phillips head screwdriver. That's for the light itself. For the remote, it's simply just one screw. They do include thumb screws, so if you're into that kind of thing. And then once you want to turn it off, all you have to do is just press and hold the middle button on the controller and it shuts off. Alright, now that I'm back inside, now comes the review part of this video. I have yet to take my bike out for a ride with this on it, but I'm planning to in a couple days, to and from school. I can see this being extremely useful and helpful for people that are night riders, if they happen to live in a place where winter is a thing and it gets really dark really early, and in some cases it doesn't really get light outside until about 8:30 in the morning, and you have school or early work or something like that. This is good for letting people behind you know that you are in fact there. This could also be good if you ride in groups. If you ride in groups either really early in the morning or late at night when it's dark out, you can use the brake light to tell the people behind you that you're stopping. You can use your turn signals to indicate where you're turning next. The same could be said for the turn signals if you ride on busy streets. Again, as you can see here, the light itself as well as the remote control are rechargeable via micro USB. You can find this light on Amazon right now for about 30 bucks. This one is $32.95, although there are lights that are extremely similar to this that are about in the $32, $33 price range. I might make a follow-up video in a couple months after it warms up and I can ride my bike on a more consistent basis using this light. But there you guys have it. That is my unboxing, installation, tutorial, review, everything of the Ampulla bike tail light C1. As always, I will have this product linked down below in the description. If you like this kind of video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as well as turning on notifications so that way you get notified whenever I upload another video. And until the next video, guys, goodbye.